What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And this probably gonna be a double upload day because this wasn't what I originally planned on talking about. But when I seen this video, I absolutely had to talk about it. And that's the video that Aries and Tiffany Haddish did that's supposed to be raising awareness to PEDOs and awareness to children getting abused in a sexual manner. But guys, that video is awful. Now listen. When I seen cancer culture going ham, y'all know I hate cancer culture. Y'all know I know society is soft as hell nowadays and they cry and whine about everything. So how I ended up watching the videos, because I'm like, it's probably not that bad. And if it's supposed to raise awareness, that's a good thing. We need to raise awareness on that. Especially the fact that, like I say all the time, the most dangerous place for a little girl is in the arms of a man that is not her father. And people often overlook what happens to little boys. And I often bring up all the time on this channel how daycares, okay, family members, okay, schools, all these places where you think your kids are safe while you go to work is usually when these types of pedo things happen to them, or usually when people abuse them in that way. It's usually family members, it's a neighbor, it's at daycare, it's someone close, someone you trust, and someone who the kid trusts who manipulates that situation. So in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, bring awareness to that. We need more awareness to that. But when I watched that video, I agree with cancel culture 100%. That video needs to be scrubbed from the internet. Aries and Tiffany Haddish ought to be ashamed of themselves for even agreeing to do that video. I knew the video was going to be weird when it started with Tiffany bringing the damn kid downstairs in his underwear. Who the hell would drop their son off to be babysat by a goddamn uncle and he's already in his underwear? Who would do that? Why would you do that? If he's not taking a bath, if he's not taking a shower, why is he in his damn underwear? And I would assume you wouldn't want his uncle to be the one giving him the bath for the shower in the first place. So why is he in his underwear? So this was already starting off. It's not even realistic. Then the entire video is literally just Aries looking at him over a newspaper, and the cinematographer, for whatever goddamn reason, chooses to consistently zoom in on this kid's behind and his crotch. You can't make this up. He had nothing on but underwear, and the cinematographer said, oh, I know what would be a good idea. I'm going to zoom in on his crotch and his butt. The entire video. I mean, and it's long. I fast forwarded through it because I'm like, what the hell is this? It's over a minute long. And then it ends even more ridiculous than it begins, because the second time the uncle comes to babysit him, she has him in a tub. And she's like, oh, thanks for coming to watch him again. Again, who the hell is giving their kid a bath and then brings the uncle into the damn bathroom to complete the bath while they leave? I mean, the situations that they drove up is so damn ridiculous that it makes you wonder, what the hell? Did y'all just want the kid to be naked or the kid to be in the underwear? I don't understand this. How is this realistic? No one would hand off their kid like this. There's so many better ways you could have raised awareness to this. Any of you who follow this channel, I mentioned it earlier, but I mentioned it again. I talk about all the time how many I knew who grew up who was touched by their stepfathers, touched by their uncles, touched at the daycares, touched by their cousins. Okay, or actually had acts. Okay, the cousins performed, cunnilingus on them, or their cousins asked them to perform cunnilingus on them. Okay, or their cousins performed fellatio on them, or whatever the case may be. That's how you bring awareness. You talk about real life situations with real life people. You let people know that statistically speaking, again, it's going to be someone you know who takes advantage of your child. Probably an uncle or a cousin, a family member, a daycare center. Okay, something like that. A neighbor who you trust. One of my friends was raped by her neighbor. Like, that's how you raise awareness. Not with this video. And as someone who has a film on Amazon, who's a director himself, who understands cinematography, the choices made in this is just extremely weird and give off pedo vibes. You could have literally got the same message across by just having Tiffany drop the boy off, right? And say, oh, thanks for watching them. Then have Aries look at him in a weird way and then make a gesture while he was playing with his toys or something, come up from behind him and grab him like this, right? And then you could have cut back to them eating breakfast or eating lunch or something, and the kid acting weird and nervous like this, kinda, and she's like, yo, baby, what's wrong? And he thinks about saying something about it, but he ends up not saying anything about it because he goes, oh, you could flash back to the Aries telling him, if you say something about this, I'm gonna hurt you. Or if you say something about this, I'm gonna hurt your mama. Or if you say something about this, I'm gonna do something to you. Because if you know a lot of people who have been through this situation, that's usually what happens. They're usually threatened with, if you say something about this, I'm gonna do harm to you, or I'm gonna do harm to a family member. That's usually what happens when you bring this up. So you could have just cut to that and then have him say nothing's wrong, and then have her bring him back to be babysat again, and Aries give him that look again, and the kid just look down or something like that. And you could have literally got the same message across, but no, you want to zoom in on a child's private parts. You want to make the video a pedo's dream. And you guys have to understand, the agenda right now, they're trying to make pedos seem normal. Now, I gotta be careful with my words because we're on YouTube. But they're trying to make pedos seem normal. They've been doing this for a while, okay? But the most recent thing was cuties. I still have the videos on this channel where I was trying to warn y'all when the cuties came out. And they had the little girls busting it, dropping it low. And the Netflix fire. And everybody petitioned to get that movie canceled. Everybody petitioned for it to not even air. And they ignored the petitions and put it out anyway. And the director of that said the same thing that the director of this is saying, oh, well, this wasn't to promote sexualizing children. This was actually to show, all the dangers of it and say that we were against it. This wasn't to promote it. Okay, so if this was to show the dangers of it and this was to say that you were against it, then why in the show did you, again, just like in this, zoom in on the girls' crotches and zoom in on the girls' butts while they were dancing? Why did you put them in the most scantily clad, revealing clothing that you could? Why'd you do that? Guys, you can read about this online. I didn't even watch this. This is all stuff that you can read. They literally said online, not only did they zoom in on the girls scantily clad, but at one point, the girls got caught trying to take something, and they had the 11-year-old lead twerk for a grown-ass man so that their parents weren't caught. I repeat, according to the reports, at one point the girls were caught stealing and they had the 11-year-old twerk for a grown-ass man so that their parents wouldn't be caught. Not to mention at one point the girl, apparently the main character girl, was getting bullied and the other girls pulled her pants off and left her there in her underwear. Oh, here we go, another kid in their underwear. Again, you guys gotta understand what they're trying to push here. Again, another kid in their underwear. And there's even a rumor online, again, I didn't watch this movie, so I don't know. But according to what's been said online, there was a scene where one of the girls was topless. And for a split second, you can see her topless. You guys have to understand, Netflix put this out. Even when it was petitioned, even all the online report, LA Times, New York Times, all these people saying, hey man, it's pushback. You shouldn't put this movie out. They still put this movie out. Someone gave that director a budget to make a video filming little girls twerking around, little girls in their underwear, and little girls dancing for grown men. And allegedly, a little girl showing her breasts. Someone gave the director a budget to do this. You guys got to understand that this is an agenda at this point. Again, look this up. Online, they're trying to say that, oh, these people, pedos, they need mental help because that's a sexuality. Now they're trying to say it's a sexuality. How is that a sexuality? That's a sickness. I repeat, that is not a sexuality. That is a sickness. It's not a sexuality to like kids. They're prepubescent. They have nothing that you should like. That is not a sexuality. It is a sickness. Those people need help. But again, look it up if you don't believe me. They're trying to make it seem like this is a sexuality. This is just another step in normalizing this weirdness. Now, once again, everyone's lashing out. I bet you they don't take it down. They're just going to say, oh, we're trying to raise awareness in the best way we can. BS. There's plenty of other better ways to raise awareness than that. I need you guys to step out of the matrix and see what's going on here. All right? Because we headed down a real dangerous road. Y'all think thought culture and whole culture is bad. Oh, no. It's going to get way worse than that, man. Y'all think the end of democracy and the incoming of communism is bad. Oh, it's about to get worse than that. The floodgates about to open all the way. If y'all don't pay attention to what's going on and wake up and protect your fam and protect your friends and really lock in with the people close to you, because we about to go into Babylon. We about to go into Babylon, because at this point, I don't see it stopping. I'm just be real. There's too many people sleep. There's too many people who don't care. There's too many people think these things are a big deal. So I don't see it stopping. But I'm telling y'all, we heading to Babylon. You better lock in with your loved ones and your kids and your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your mom or your sister or whoever's close to you. Y'all better lock in, your friends. Y'all better lock in and be like this, because I'm telling y'all, we heading to Babylon. And you're going to have to be covered in the blood of something. The blood of Jesus and the blood of Allah. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get your crystals and spread them around the house, whatever you believe in. I ain't judging you, okay? But Jehovah, whatever you got to do. But I'm telling y'all right now, we are headed to Babylon. If you can't see it at this point, that's on you. But I had to make this video when I seen that, because that was just crazy to me. There's 1,001 ways to get that message across better than they chose to do in that video. That video is just disgusting. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to do that. Anyways, that's my thoughts. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.